Alright, so that's nice and steady and secure. Now I want the other side to match. So at this point I take some measurements. And so you can measure up here to the bird's mouth where they meet. You can measure to the point here. Kind of whatever. I'll measure up the side here to the bottom of my bevel. See what number that is. So I have 31 1/2 inches. So I'll transfer that measurement to this side. 31 1/2. Like that. And I want the bottom to match also. So I'll measure from here to there, right where they meet, right in the corner there. I have 21 3/4 inches. So I'll copy that measurement to right here. (21 3/4 inches right there. So, same thing. I'm going to take this brace. I'm going to make sure this bevel and this number here look the nicest, and then I will adjust the bottom to suit. This time I'm going to pre-drill. So I will place it here. I can see my mark written right here. That lines up perfect, making that look good. I employ my famous monkey arm technique to reach my drill that I left a little bit out of my reach. Now, pre-drill for both of them. I actually snapped off my drill bit when I did that because I was moving, and it would have been better to have that piece clamped so the back board didn't move. But there's still enough drill bit there to use, so we'll chuck that up in the drill and continue on our merry way of pre-drilling. So that first pre-drill is done. And it also allows me to pre-start my bit, my drill, my screw. So I'll hold this back in position. And I'll adjust it to match. Look nice and perfect looking bevel. Pre-drill it. Okay, and I'm looking at my bottom. My bottom looks really nice right where it is. I'll pre-drill a hole. So, those are locked in. They match. I'm going to add one screw up high here. I can see the board has a little bit of a warp to it. Nice and tight. And so that makes this thing really secure. The front of this is quite strong. The back is still a little spongy, but I'll show you how I take care of that. So that is our door frame. Because of that, most of my hoop coops have a skinnier door than this. It's just how it worked out on these supports on this one and the width that we went with. We went up with a wider door, which is fine. The chickens won't mind if they can pass through 2 at a time or 10 at a time. So now we'll construct the door. So now we got the door on, the metal on the front, and the roost in. So let me show you how I did that. So the door is a simple construction out of 2x2 lumber. So I built a simple door frame. You see it from the inside if you want to come over here. So I I built a simple frame out of 2x2 lumber, like this. Put some knee bracing into it to a center brace, knee bracing back. And then on the front, I've attached, now the whole kind of theme of this hoop coop is recycling. And so we recycled some hardware cloth off some Joel Salatin style chicken tractors we had that we wanted to not use anymore. So this is actually made completely out of recycled materials. So I put some recycled hardware cloth on here. It's just 1 inch by 1 inch. Placed it on the face of the frame, and then we put this 1x4 up here, 1x4 in the middle, 1x4 down there. It kind of holds the metal down. If you come close, I'll show you my little farm hack here. What I use to attach this, you can use multiple things and staples and stuff, but I use a screw with a flat washer. And it works really good. You can catch a corner, you catch opposing corners so the wire pulls away from each other. And it's reusable. It's something you can take off. I got stainless steel washers here. I'm just reusing some drywall screws for this function. They'll be fine. But yeah, so this kind of works well. This is Dria's idea. She had this double, I can't remember what it's called, but she had this double hook, and she came up with the latch on here. So yeah, so I pieced 3 pieces together. Usually I'll use 1 solid piece, but I wanted to recycle that. And on the sides here, what we've done is we've just taken the 2 inch by 4 inch field fencing, attached it to the bottom. On the bottom, I've used the screws and washers, just like I did on the top, and come up here. And then Drea has come down here with little cable ties and cable tied it in all the way along and bent these wires back. So it's on there strong, good and strong. So I'd have to really reef on that to start getting that loose. You saw the door frame I built. We did the exact same thing on this side. And now we'll go inside. So on the inside, welcome to my hoop coop. The roosts we were going to recycle were off a hoop coop that I built that was 7'6" wide, and this one's 8 foot wide, so they were too short. So I cut some aspen poles that we have here on the property, and so I placed 4 aspen poles through here, and then 1 lower, so the chickens will be able to come in. They have a clipped wing, so they can't fly very well, but they'll hop up to this one and then hop up here, and then they'll be able to get in. So they'll all pile in here. We'll have about 20 chickens in here, and they'll be fine in here at night. The nesting boxes are something that I've made out of some leftover scraps from T111 siding. There are some drops, so they're rough sawn T111. I just built 4 nesting boxes each side. It's just a solid piece on the bottom, some dividers. I've cut the little sharp edges. We've got a little bit of alfalfa hay in there. Now, these should be covered, and eventually we will cover them during the day so they're not pooping in there. But for now, we're going to be changing out the bedding. We're fine with that. So, yeah, the roost. Now, let's go look at the back, and I'll show you what we did at the back here. So there's several different ways of doing the back of one of these hoop coops, depending on what you're using for your material. So some people take a cattle panel, place it on the back, and cut it out with like a grinder, so it's, you know, real heavy duty, and that's a good design. We choose to use just this field fencing. This is I believe a 14 gauge field fencing. It's a little heavier duty. The reason we do that is this entire back half of this mini hoop coop, when we get it set up, will be covered with a tarp, and so that'll be extra security from things getting in. And so we do that, and I just put a board across. I just cut it a little long. You'll see how I attach the board here. I use little cable ties, and I drilled a hole either side of this panel and pass the cable tie through, so you can kind of see that. And then I use my screws and flat washers again. Same thing. So I just set this so my 4-foot fencing panel would be attached at the bottom with the screws in there, and I attach right there. And then this is something somebody could cover here too. These hoop coop designs, and this one's what I call my mini cooper, they're very versatile. You can use them for a greenhouse. You can use them for all kinds of livestock. We even use them for our little puppies that we have. We use this like a dog kennel. We use one of these. And so they're very versatile. It's all recyclable materials that you can redo. So I really love this design. This design has really taken hold in my mind as one of the most valuable things I can build on this farm, because we can use them for multiple things. And so, yeah, I'm really excited. And even sometimes the kids use it as a playground. They climb on all the way over, and it's rigid enough that it's plenty strong for them. They climb in these cables. Hey, Drew, come here. Why don't you climb over this and show them how it can be used as a playground? Sure. climb gentle.
Here's the test.
So this is the strength test. This is how we strength test them. We got two little monkeys climbing over the top right now. Climb on down. So they always enjoy that, doing that before the tarp is on. So once was good enough, Drew. Don't stay off that, please. Drew. Drew. That's enough now, okay? So that was the strength test. So yeah, that's our mini hoop coop. Now we'll place the tarp on it, move it out on the pasture, transfer the chickens into it, and set up our poultry net around it, and then the chickens will have their new home. And so we're really excited about that. So, well, thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Talk to you later.